The city is a rail crossroads for traffic from Belgium, Holland and the Ruhr to points south, especially international traffic to Switzerland and Italy. Cologne is the most southerly city in the Rhine-Ruhr metropolitan area, an area of 10 million people. Cologne itself has a population of over 1 million, split roughly 2/3 west of the River Rhine and 1/3 to the east. This is a view of the Hauptbahnhof from the west. We're at the Media Park. This is the location that was talked about as a fresh start location for a new Hauptbahnhof after the war. Inbound from Mainz, Koblenz and Bonn is a classic local-hauled intercity, though as is usual northbound, the driving trailer is at the front. That's Köln West S-Bahn station to the right of the TV tower. In the background you can just make out the Bayer chemical plant, one of them anyway. Below us a suburban train, a Regiobahn de Wuppertal, is heading for the station on a service from Bonn. These alternate with a train to Köln-Messe-Deutz from Kahl-Trier to give a 10-minute frequency over the core route. There's also a service from Mönchengladbach to Koblenz and onward to Mainz. In the other direction is Köln Süd, with a freight train heading north towards the West station. The train uses the easterly, right-hand side lines where they have grade-separated access to Aachen or Neuss. This is further south still, just north of Eiffeltor. The line below us is from the Sudbrücke. This line makes a grade-separated junction with the Ring line to the north and the Bonn line to the south. The train is an intermodal to the Netherlands, hauled by a Siemens multi-system locomotive belonging to the MRCE hire fleet. The Cologne South Railway Bridge, or Köln Südbrücke, is the rail link between Neuss and the Dutch ports, and the Belgian ports, and Gremberg classification yard. It also links the intermodal terminal at Eiffeltor with the Right Bank Railway. The Sudbrücke lies 2.7 kilometres upstream of the Hohenzollernbrücke, the Hauptbahnhof and the Dom. The waterside between the two bridges was commercial industrial, but is rapidly gentrifying to become expensive residential property. The Köln Süd was built between 1906 and 1910 by the Prussian State Railway. The bridge was built for freight traffic and is largely used for such to this day. During the Second World War, an air raid largely destroyed the bridge, though some components were salvaged. It did not reopen fully until 1950. From here you can see south down the river as far as Remagen-Oberwinter, though Remagen itself is out of sight around a bend in the river. This is the view from the other side of the river, looking north towards Drachenfels, with Königswinter beyond it. Here we can see the left bank railway with a couple of Bonn-Beuel S-Bahn trains below us. The high-rise buildings in Bonn can be seen at the top of the screen. All these shots were taken near the village of Unkel, which has a population of 5,000. It's on the right bank and has its own station. From the very pleasant and quiet waterfront, you can see the left bank railway. The right bank line is a little way inland at this point. From 300 feet, you can follow the river from Königswinter and Drachenfels, through Remagen-Oberwinter, and then south towards Remagen. Our next port of call is the tiny village of Erpel. The village is charming, but what brings its celebrity is its proximity to the remains of the infamous bridge at Remagen. The Ludendorff-Brücke, or the Remagen Bridge, was built using Russian forced labour during World War I. It was a link in the chain that allowed the German military to reinforce their western front. Spool forward to March 1945, and the boot was on the other foot. American forces were pressing through western Germany at pace during Operation Lumberjack, but knew that the Great Natural Barrier lay ahead. To their surprise, they found the bridge across the Rhine at Remagen still largely intact. The German attempt to destroy their own bridge failed. The 9th Armoured Division captured the still heavily defended bridge on the 7th of March and created a defensive position on the east side. There followed 10 days of intensive land and air conflict. The Germans threw everything they had at the bridge, including jet fighter bombers and even V-2 missiles. 18 days after the bridge had been captured, it did collapse. But by then the US forces had established a bridgehead and their engineers had built a parallel Bailey Bridge. The rest is history. Unlike other bridges over the Rhine, the bridge at Remagen was never rebuilt. A peace museum is located in the towers of the Remagen Bridge, dedicated to the history on the bridge and the battle during World War II. Opening times are March to November between 10 a.m. and 5 p.m, 6 p.m. May to October. In the meantime, the SBB train has reached the outskirts of Linz am Rhein. At one time, there was a rail connection to the small quay to the right of the train. We don't think it's used anymore. Thank you for travelling with Ticket to Ride in Cologne and down the river to Remagen. In the next instalment, we visit Remagen itself and look at the new order for local trains on the left bank stopping services. we spend some time in picture postcard Linz. Then head south, calling at scenic locations along the way to Koblenz. Do join us. Until then, it's bye for now.